Hello, welcome back guys, welcome back to my channel Posh Cat Eyes Unfiltered. Please do not forget to like my videos and subscribe to my channel. So it is moving day and confession week guys. Things are heating up. Bring on the pressure cooker of a show. Producers know how to get us, tuned in and all engrossed. And today's episode was a lot to take in. So we're gonna dig in. First of all, all eight couples have moved in. They've all moved in to their places to make house. And I don't know about you, but just imagine living with a stranger who is set in their ways. Yikes! It's like a recipe for disaster or recipe for drama. Holly started off saging the whole space. Now, if only someone would have told her beforehand that she needed more than just the sage to get the place going, then she probably wouldn't have been saging because today's episode was, I would just tag it Holly's meltdown. That's the tag for today's episode because the focus was basically about their relationship, Andrew and Holly, and it is not looking pretty, guys. It is not. We're gonna get there, but first let me clean house and just give you a tidbit of what's, like a summary of what went down today. Let's go, guys. Yeah, so they all wake up to confession week, and I guess a lot of them are excited for the tasks ahead. And we just started off, things started off with Samantha and Al. Pretty much Samantha is in the struggle of her life. She's literally trying to train a kid, a 25-year-old kid. You cannot make this stuff up. He has no idea how to do anything. And he is so proud to tell you that my mom does everything for me. And so herein lies the struggle for Samantha. She wants him to know how to get the washing machine going, cook meals, prepare his own lunch, probably even take his own bath and remember to brush his teeth. It is a lot for the poor chick, but I guess moving in there or living together would help accelerate his growth rate from what it was when he was living with his mom. But that is if he's not gonna go right back to living with mom after this show. Yeah, so we see that there was not a lot coming from Mitch and Ella as well as Domenica and Jack, but that's fine, guys. We had a lot of content for today's episode that I probably am happy that nothing came out about them. We're gonna revisit them in tomorrow's episode on Faith, definitely, because this is just part one of confession week. Tamara and Brett's first off, house rules: no makeup in bed. This is Brett's decree. Tamara laughed it off. Their confessionals, yeah, it was kind of awkward. They had to watch each other's audition tape, and let's just say we get to see Tamara just being her true authentic self. She was brutal. She was brutal in her confessionals. She just laid it out bare what she did not want. She didn't want a broke guy. She didn't want to settle for less. She wanted a man with money, and materialism is her name. Brent's response: he was disappointed but very understanding given the fact that he's already feeling things for this girl, and I respect Brett a lot. He is the man you want to actually have in your corner, because regardless of who you are, explain it away, explain it and own it. And I mean, that's all it is. We all are prone to what we like, and you can't fault Tamara for wanting that the good lifestyle for herself. That's exactly what she wants. According to her, she's had past relationship where she had to give a lot more than she got, and the relationship ended with her heartbroken, financially at a loss, and she didn't want that anymore. And guess what? For me, she's honest, and I support a girl that's honest. You got to give it to the girl. She wants what she wants, and that's how it is. So poor old Samantha still trying to get a matured guy out from this man-child we all now know as Al. Their confessionals was basically it wasn't surprising to me. So the task was photo ranking. Now I'm not surprised they gave them this task because Al and Samantha are absolutely superficial. So superficial is their game, and I'm happy this was their first task to go through. You know, the idea of photo ranking is to have the couples rank the other couples in the experiment from least to favorite, meaning if you were to have a choice, you know, who do you consider as attractive, or who would you have been preferred to be paired with? And so I went in. Dude was brutally honest. He started with his list in, and I think the first, he was not attracted to Holly according to Al. Ageism is a thing. He said she was too old and just not his type. She literally was screaming desperate to him according to Al. And I think Domenica was next in his least favorite female attraction, or female that he was gonna find attractive in the house. In the experiment, Olivia was next, and then Selena, Ella, and for some reason he referred to Celine as MILF. MILF? Google it. That's all I can say. Okay. So, but he did not fail to rank Samantha as his favorite. I mean, he's attracted to her, he's attracted to everything about her physicality, you know, just who she is. And I guess there's no surprise there. And he got to Samantha's turn. Samantha, again, started with the least being Mitch. Not sure why. Because Al is their next door neighbors when it comes to looks. I think Jackson, Cody, Jack, Anthony, and Al came a close third, because according to Samantha, she is looking for maturity. You would not believe who her favorite was, though. She picked Andrew as the guy she found attractive. Well, can someone tell Samantha what we should damn girl, if only you knew. Sorry to bust your bubbles. Nah. Okay. But she does want matured men and not a man child. This did hurt Al's feeling, but I guess it is what it is. He needs to prove himself and be the man that Samantha would like, I guess. So we move right along to Celine and Anthony. I mean, we all know they moved into the couple's should I say lodge, and they moved into separate rooms, to separate whatever. I don't know why we bother. Like, why bother, guys? You guys are not ready to give this a go or give this a shot. It's just painful to watch. Anyway, their confessional was for them to write letters to each other expressing like a past or that they feel no one else knows. And it was just boring for me. But I guess I have to be a little bit sympathetic, because Celine shared that she had a traumatic childbirth. So I can reason with that. I can, you know, empathize with that, because I do know the struggles I went through when I had my first child. And so, yeah, kudos to her for sharing and being vulnerable in that way regarding a painful and a personal should I say story. And Anthony was again top notch. He was really well receiving of Samantha's letter, and we didn't get to see what he wrote to her, or we were not showed that. Maybe that might be showed in upcoming episode, because this Confessional Week is just part 1, guys. Tomorrow I'm sure there'll be part 2. Well, I can't wait to see what doesn't really happen with these two, because seriously, I'm bored stiff now. I'm really bored stiff. Let's just move on with it, you know. Olivia and Jackson, you know, those two is just living the dream of a newlywed, how it's supposed to be. It's newlywed fever, guys. It's the love is just blooming, blossoming. It's everywhere. You can smell it. For this couple, their confessional was basically to watch each other's audition tape. And so first up was Jackson. In his audition, he revealed the domestic violence he witnessed with his mom, and how he protected his sister from the situation. You know, you just got to love this dude, man. He is amazing. He is awesome. I love him. He's just a good bloke. When you see someone like you wanna emulate, Jackson should be the guy. Please, Jackson, I'm giving you all of this praise. I do not want to lose hope in humanity, because you are a wonderful species of a human. That's my opinion. We need men like him in society. We do, honestly. What a breath of fresh air for me. I guess in the next episode we might find out what Olivia said in her audition tape. Although we know, we as viewers, we've seen her audition tape, but I don't think Jackson has seen her audition tape. So it will be an interesting watch. Now, drum roll, guys. Holly and Andrew were first up in this task for the week, but I decided I'm going to talk about them last, and that is because this is where we get all. In fact, when we talk about, you know, the moment or for this episode, it actually came from Holly and Andrew. So I'm going to thank them for giving me content, guys. But again, it was a depressing scene. The scenes were depressing for me, and part of the reason why I always have I'm not exactly in favor of this show, even though I must confess that I like the show. It's just the way it puts women down, diminishes who they are, and just makes them vulnerable, and it just makes me feel like shit. I don't want, but we're gonna go ahead and just get right onto it. Holly they were up first, and the task was to write a letter sharing something with each other that they have never shared before. And the idea was to be vulnerable and for the receiver of the message to be empathic without judgment. Guess what? I am going to be judgmental here, guys. I want to be judgmental. So I would say this is for entertainment, because whatever this couple reveal, whatever they reveal, even the entire experiment, it will stir up drama, it will stir up argument, it will stir up resentment. And I mean, it's math. It's math we are talking about here. That's the aim of the show, to stir up emotions that, you know, will make you want to get angry or want to, you know, say something, like just get on. For example, it's getting me to comment, share the feelings with you, you know. So Andrew went up first. I called it, guys. I called it. Dude is a porn star. He is here to show you and I his sexual prowess. He is a porn star. Period. Okay? Well, it seemed like he had a very big skeleton in his closet, according to his confessionals. That's what he said. Basically, I'm gonna just put it out there. I hope this is a PG rated. I hope there's no censorship to this, but I hope I am going within the guidelines when I say this, right? Please, YouTube, do not censor me. Anyway, he said he loves sex. Do the math, guys, and he has shock horror, slept with 350 people. I know, I literally did like this. He has, I repeat, he has been intimate with 350 people across continents. He was so proud to let us know that his activity, his sexual activity has crossed continent, guys. From America to Asia to Europe, now down to Oceania. Dude is disgusting. I cannot believe this. Anyway, oh God, damn. I just felt for Holly. I'm like, damn girl, you already been intimate with him. That's a whole lot of tunnel to go through. He went through all the continents to rope. In fact, he literally did the math to tell us that he was actually going at it once a day. Oh, I'm not even sure. I can't even tell you. I can't even tell you. Imagine the body count. Imagine the point. Are we shocked about this? Are we shocked about this giving their first argument? Absolutely not. Now we need to understand why he felt Holly was inexperienced. You can't beat someone that has been with 350 people comparing that to someone that's maybe been with 4 or 3 people. Like, there's no comparison. There's no basis for comparison here. No way. No one. That poor girl had no leg to stand on. Because you can imagine and you know the funny, he is a porn star. And he is here to advertise his sexual prowess. I know the funny, the expert tells us they spend 3 months with these guys trying to crack or find out who they are. And they did not find this out from the first 2 minutes of chatting with Andrew that he is promiscuous. I'm judging. Yes, I'm judging. Leave me alone. I am judging. I have to judge. What a shame. What a shame. This cannot be the perfect match we want. This is just wrong in so many levels. What do you... And I'm like, my opinion, Holly, please, if you can, run. Run. You do not need this mess in your life. This is not for you. This is not for you. I know you're desperately trying to get a baby, search for love, but you can hold off a little bit. All right? Holly's confession, she wants a child desperately. And the reason why it was, made known to us, I think she's got fertility issues according to her. Poor girl. She was so vulnerable, and I hated I hate that it had to get to this. She had to come on the show to find a man to give her a baby. That was how desperate. That's how desperate she is. That was how desperate she portrayed herself on this episode. It was so sad to watch, guys. I just cannot tell you. I'm having to give you all of this expression, and that's not because I am just feeling a little bit unsettled about the episode that aired tonight. The next morning after this supposed confessional tax that they were giving, Andrew reality, came crashing down. Why? Holly's needs would hinder his body count. He literally is not here to have babies. He's here to tell Australia that he's got a good equipment. He says that every time. This is not me making it up. That is his exact word. I've got a good equipment, and so I need to show it. And upon that realization, he told during his confessionals that Chick is too fast for him. Chick is sort of desperate, and he doesn't want to have a baby. He's not ready to have a baby, and he's going to let her know. The dude is disgusting. He is disgusting. Did I say this yesterday? I called it. Well, today's episode today's eps has just confirmed it solidly for me. He is a waste of time, and he is despicable. We can have men like this representing men in Australia or on national TV. Something really needs to be done. I'm serious. It went downhill from there. It went downhill. I do not know who advised Holly to come on the show. I don't know. I found it really disturbing that women, are having to be vulnerable and break down for people who ain't really worth it. I guess production was really loving Holly's misery, and they decided to just push on to the second task, which was which was the photo ranking. And I think you all know the drill. Holly went first. She ranked the couple she found attractive from least to most attractive with reasons. And I think last was Anthony. She didn't really, she felt what he did with to Celine was a red flag for her, and her first obviously was Andrew, and then she did a bit of a toss-up. It was literally between Brent and Andrew, and she ended up still picking Andrew. Why? I don't know. It just, guess what, it went downhill from there, because Andrew kind of sort of took offense, even though he denied not being affected by the choice or by the rank. He went on to berate her subtly, passively. He was sort of aggressive, in my opinion. And Holly was like, well, why don't you rank? Do your own ranking. I was like, no, I'm not going to do my ranking. I'm going to speak on this. Holly decided to let him know how she felt when, after let him getting vulnerable with him, he then went on to say, I'm not ready to be in this relationship because you're too fast for me, or you're too intense for me, because you want to have a baby and I don't want to have a baby. It just went on, and guess what? It ended with Andrew walking out of the room and saying he was done. I hope he is done for good so that we can get Holly therapy. She needs to go into therapy, guys, and just come out of this show. And I hope she finds a man, or if not, find a sperm bank and get to make the baby she really wants, or she so desperately wants. That's it, guys. I'm gonna be here tomorrow to recap on our other couples that were not shown today, which is Mitch and Ella, Domenica and Jack. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of juicy content from there, because from the highlights, it looks like there's drama already about to happen for those two. So please come join me same time and on this same channel, Postcard Eyes Unfiltered. Until then, please guys, be safe. I'll see you. Bye.